For those people just finding these videos rooting for the planet, my name is Simon and I'm an environmental studies student here in the UK with the Open University. And this week I've been studying food and the agricultural industry and specifically air miles and looking at transport with food. And it's such a difficult area to assess on the carbon footprint of food, how it's travelled. And people always talk about beans being brought from Kenya, and actually farmers out there, the methods are far more organic and simplified, but obviously added on top of that the air miles and air freight is the highest in terms of transport, the fuel costs, and the amount of CO2 that's put into the atmosphere compared to water travel on the sea and inland barge. So movement is very, very difficult to assess, because then when you compare that to organic systems and our intensified systems here in the UK with pesticides, etc., and the air miles behind those and the movement of those, a lot of our pesticides are brought in from used to be from Ukraine and out that sort of way, and Russian sort of areas, made out of them, transported. So it's very, very difficult, if not impossible sometimes, to prove on your carbon footprint of the food. And I think it just pushes me even more down that route of some form of old-fashioned system where we go back in these industrial countries like the United Kingdom back to as many people as possible growing their own food. And that's why I'm going to touch on that. There's me. That's why I'm going to touch on that fairly soon, coming this spring, and you'll see my successes and failures of trying to grow some food from scratch in my garden this year. So please stay tuned if you're interested in that. Lots of people are. There seems to be a big interest in the grow your own movement, even on a smaller scale, and I urge anybody to try that if they can. Okay, see you in a bit.